Whoops, wrong nation. There we go. Hello and welcome back. Today we are taking a first look at the Tier 6 Italian Destroyer Aviere, currently available via the Italian Destroyer event. On the surface, it looks good, and if it's anything like the previous ships, it should be a blast to play. Now, before playing my first ever game in this ship, we'll look over its features. The most outlandish one of this new line is the guns, and Aviere makes no exception. There are 5 120mm guns with a range of 6.9 kilometers, and they reload every 6.5 seconds. The thing that makes these guns unique is they've got access to SAP, which is a direct counter to destroyers, so at close range can be devastating. Now, of course, building the commander for these guns will make a massive difference, especially with Luigi Sansonetti. Now, if range is an issue, the torpedoes more than make up for that. They can reach up to 10 kilometers and do up to 10,000 damage each. Now, although that damage is quite low, you have got 2 triple launchers and they reload every 75 seconds, so you can fire them pretty regularly. Of course, they are a little on the slow side, but with that good reload speed, you'll be getting many opportunities to hit targets. As for the survivability, Aviere is primarily covered in 16mm of plating, whilst other extremities range from 6 to 10mm. That, coupled with the 14,300 HP, means it will take damage fairly easily. That is, if you actually manage to spot it, which you probably will. Aviere has a fairly high detection radius, but using a concealment build that can be brought down to 6.4 kilometers, so without even touching the guns, you'll be able to fire outside of your detection range. In terms of the consumables, you have got a standard damage control party, an exhaust smoke generator which keeps you hidden even at full speed, and finally a fast action speed boost for when you need to get in or out of a position promptly. And whilst on the topic of repositioning, that moves us onto the last point, which is speed. Aviere is very quick with a 38 knot top speed, and with that 25% speed boost can reach up to 47.5 knots, so it is rapid. With that brief overview covered, I'll run through my build whilst we're getting into a game. Although I am still experimenting with the line, I am using the Special Commander Luigi Sansonetti with 18 points. For the first 10, I've gone for Preventative Maintenance, Last Stand, Adrenaline Rush and Concealment Expert. The remaining points are Main Battery and AA Specialist and Main Battery and AA Expert. For the remaining 4 points, I'll be spending those on Survivability Expert and Gun Feeder. As for the upgrades, I've gone for Main Batteries, Engine Room Protection, Aiming Systems and Propulsion. Okay, so we have managed to get into a game. It's currently a Tier 6 game, and we're getting straight into the action here, and we're going to start firing onto this enemy Aviere. I'm managing to get the first shot off, but I wasn't loading SAP, unfortunately, but still managed to get about 2,000 damage off, which is quite nice, so I'll try and get a bit more damage. Now, the thing with this at the moment is, okay, we also have the Kamikaze R, so we're going to drop a couple of torpedoes in, also hopefully get some torpedoes onto this Mackensen, but the thing at the moment is, if you're watching this within probably the first month or so of this video going live, is the Italians are currently in early access, and what that means is that the commanders get to be swapped from the ships for free. And I'm making the most of that because I'm able to get Sansonetti on here, and he makes a massive difference in this ship, or at least in the entirety of the line. So, at the moment we are just trying to engage this cap, and I do think Aviere is going to be something where you're going to be able to get some very good ambush attacks, and what I mean by that is you get to go for the first volley. Let's say you go into a smoke or something, you catch someone out off guard, and you actually hit a torpedo there, so that's quite good. And you're going to be able to get the first volley off and get a nice chunk of damage. So I mean, there you go, 3,500, but on say a destroyer 2,000, that's still going to be a massive amount of damage, and if you're able to get that shot off, it makes people panic, and they're going to start running away. Now, speaking of running away, I am probably going to start moving forward here because I do want to get this cap, so because of that I am actually going to smoke up here, try and keep on focusing on this Mackensen, and I think I might actually, oh no, I wasn't going to go for some HE to get a bit of fire damage, but I think I'll try that anyway. But the benefits of having Luigi Sansonetti on this ship is pretty massive. So the captain has 3 special talents, and one of them is one that you can pretty much guarantee you're going to get every game, which is really, really useful for this ship. So you've got 3 skills. You have Rapid Fire, Far Reach and Concealed Reserves, and the easiest one to attain is going to be Far Reach, which is when you get 1 kill you are going to be able to increase your firing range by 8%, and in a ship with a horribly limited firing range, 8% is going to be a massive help to you. So just by able to, well, yeah, if you're able to get that, so if we're able to, say, get this Durfling over here, then that is going to be a massive bonus to us. But I don't know whether we're going to be able to confirm it, because even now you can see how much we're really struggling to hit it. So I'm going to start turning around, see if we can maybe get a fire. No. However, there is the Kamikaze. If we're able to possibly confirm this kill, yeah, they've got 2,000 HP left, so they're going very fast. We'll get a bunch of lead on them. Chuck some SAP. Oh, 600, come on. We just need one more hit. Granted that the secondaries don't kill him. Yes, there we go. Far reach, and there we go. We've now got up to 8.9 kilometers with our build, which is really, really nice. So that, I think, is going to be something that's going to be very impactful for the entirety of the line. Of course, going with a special commander after it's come out of early access is probably going to be quite expensive, especially depending on how many points you've got, but that is definitely one of the most impactful skills. So it certainly looks to be a nice improvement from Maestrale, which is the tier 5. Of course, you do get the extra gun here, so you do have a bit more DPM, which is very good. Now, the other ones that you get, so you also have the concealed reserves, so that's whenever you get 100 main battery hits, which again I think is probably going to be something quite easy to attain in this. And ooh, are we able to maybe yoink another kill here? I don't know, we'll try. No, okay, the Molotov just about got it, which is no worries, but I think we'll hunt down this Aviere now, because they... Ooh, okay, we're getting shot by the La Galissonière. We're going to fire our engine boost here, and so concealed reserves, that is, if you get 100 main battery hits, then you're going to be able to get an increase of your consumable action time. So for example, that engine boost we've just got, you'd get a 10% bonus on all of those, and the same thing with the crawling smoke generator. Now the thing with SAP is it is still armor piercing, so angles and armor do matter in this ship. So once you start getting ships angling quite aggressively, then that's when you can probably switch to high explosive, but at the moment it does seem okay, as we are able to penetrate this enemy Aviere. Now I'm concerned they may have dropped some torpedoes, so we do have to be careful, but they are on such a low amount of HP, then I think we're going to be okay. And plus, we've not actually taken any damage so far, which is quite interesting, so I think we have been really, really quite lucky. Now, yeah, there we go. They've just gone undetected, so they also have a stealth build, but we're just going to keep on pursuing. We're going to go a bit towards the left here, because they're going to try and come through this area here and possibly try and escape, which I'm not going to let them. And then the final skill, and okay, there they are, and it looks like they haven't actually got concealment expert there, so we'll try and get this maybe in one salvo. Yes, there we go, nice. There's the Galissonière. Ooh, the Galissonière is going to try and fire on us, but we are going to return fire with some torpedoes. They just about missed there, which is quite lucky. I think what we're going to try and do is kite. So I don't know how this is going to fare against the cruiser, especially with that many guns, but honestly, I'm willing to give it a go. And plus with this SAP, I think we're about... Ooh, yeah, I was about to say we'll be able to do a decent amount of damage and probably dodge quite a few of these shells, because it does feel like quite a nimble vessel. Yeah, there we go, 3 hits, 2,000 damage. So, you know what, I think this could also be viable for knocking out cruisers as well. Now we're going to do a smoke, since they're probably going to be spotted now, since the Dunkirk is... Oh no, that is a shame. That was a bit of a waste of a smoke there, but... Ooh, okay, that was quite a whack from that New York. We are going to start moving forward here and possibly drop some more torpedoes down the strait once we get a chance. So I mean, this just generally feels like a upgrade to Maestrale. And again, that felt amazing. Turbine, again, for the tier, it felt amazing. But the only thing is, this ship... Ooh, hello, Bijoni. Can we maybe get some shots over? Possibly. The one thing I can imagine is this is at tier 6, so there is the possibility for the ship to be facing tier 8 ships, which I don't know if it's going to face what it's going to be as good at handling them. I mean, we'll just really have to see how it deals with them. And oh, actually, we are potentially going to be caught off guard here. I'm going to go here, drop some torpedoes off, because that Bijoni is probably going to be able to do some real damage to us if my... Oh, Lord. Okay, yep. We need to go. We need to go. This is quite bad. As I was talking, I failed to look at how close that Bijoni was. But I think we're going to be okay. I mean, they are going to be able to get a lot of hits on us, but if we just keep on dodging in the same way that we are, I think we should be okay. And soon we'll be out of their range, or at least they won't be able to see us now because they will be out of our range, so hopefully that will be just about now. Yep, there we go, all good. So the final one is the rapid fire, so that reduces your reload time, which is when you get the Confederate, and that skill is pretty much going to be, once you are having a good game, you know, you're going to be getting Confederate once you're having a great game anyway, and then once you're getting that 15% reload speed, that is just going to make it so much better, because at that point, you're just going to be getting even more DPM, and especially at close quarters, it is going to be an absolute monster. So I think what I'm going to do is, once this line does come out of early access, and once I'm able to grind all the way up to the tier 10, I think I'm going to hesitate on putting the commander on any of the lines up to the tier 10 one, because it is going to be quite expensive to move it across. But once I do get it to the tier 10, I think it's definitely going to be worth it, because these skills, and if you're able to consistently get this much damage and just perform this well, and there we go, we just got the consumable action time, so now you'll see 27.5 seconds here is really quite nice. Now I'm going to turn my guns. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get the kill here, because the Dunkirk's probably going to be able to yoink it, but if we are lucky, we could potentially get it. So we're going to chuck some more shells over, hopefully before the Dunkirk can. We've also got this Bijoni on fire. No. Okay, that's unfortunate. That would have been quite nice, but then there is just the New York left. Yep, 13,000 HP. But overall, I've got to say, this is quite a fun boat. So, I mean, considering this is my first game, 60,000 HP or damage here, it's not the worst. You know, I'm quite happy with the damage, but I'm definitely going to have to keep on playing it. But once we get further down the line and I do more videos on these, I'll probably do, once we get like an amazing game, I'll probably do a replay coverage on that as well. Might as well try and farm a bit of damage just before this guy dies, and potentially steal a kill as well, which would be quite good. If we can, just going to try and hit the superstructure. Unfortunately, these angles, it looks like it's going to be a bit harder, but we could. No, we're not even able to hit it there, unless we can get a hit here. Hey, there we go, nice. 60,000 and 3 kills, so overall pretty good. And there we go. Although it wasn't the greatest result ever, it's given me a good first look at the ship, which is that it's very comfy. The guns look to work amazingly on most targets, especially with the shell choice. The torpedoes have good range and look like they're going to be used relatively often, and at close range it can really do some damage. It also felt very responsive with the speed and rudder, so I think dodging should be rather easy, but I'm going to continue playing this just to really confirm that. Now if we take a look at the team score, okay, very nice, we managed to come top of the team there, so 1,750 base XP, so overall quite nice. And then detailed report over here, so actually managed to get 2 kills. Those were both on destroyers, and oh right, okay, so we actually managed to get a torpedo hit onto the kamikaze. That's quite good. And as well, also managed to confirm New York, but overall, very nice spread of damage there. But with that first look over, that brings us to the end of the video. If you like how I've been structuring my videos recently, then maybe consider subscribing if you aren't already. Otherwise, I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next one.